Well, Sabbath greetings to everyone. I hope you've had a good day since we last saw each other. At least most of you viewing this, we were able to see so many of you there at Trumpets. Those of you in Peoria, I trust you had a wonderful Feast of Trumpets. We had I don't even know how to describe it. Really, it was kind of extra special. It was just a tremendous Feast of Trumpets. And those were the comments. I really wanted to make some comments with regard to how things went at the Feast of Trumpets, and make some comments in the scriptures just a little bit here before I close the video. I'll try to be brief, but I do hope everyone's doing well and looking forward to another Sabbath here. And of course, next Sabbath will be a high Sabbath, or a holy day, where we'll be keeping the Day of Atonement. But this Sabbath is a weekly Sabbath, and I hope you're all prepared for that and had an opportunity to prepare your minds and hearts and get ready for another wonderful opportunity for fellowship on the Sabbath. I wanted to make one comment for those of you that maybe, I don't know, have some curiosity. We did break a record in Janesville yesterday for attendance for our combined Holy Day. We had our high in the afternoon was 138. 138 brethren there in Janesville, and that was very, very exciting to see so many folks gathered there. It's such a special opportunity. And coming home, my wife and I we just talked all the way home about just all the wonderful fellowship and just the wonderful Feast of Trumpets, and you all made that possible, and everybody was just seemed like such a wonderful spirit there, guiding and directing everyone, and everyone encouraging each other. Of course, as we come on these fall holy days, it is such an encouraging time, such a special time for fellowship. Colossians 3 and verse 14, above all these things put on love, which is the bond of perfection. Put on love, which is the bond of perfection. You know, God says, be perfect, for I am perfect. You know, be holy, for I am holy. You know, the bond of perfection, that kind of God-like character that we're trying to put on in this life can be exhibited when we have that opportunity to come together. It's the bond of love that we have, that love that we show towards one another. And I really was just struck by that yesterday in so many ways. And I just want to thank you all and for making it such a special Feast of Trumpets for me, for my family, and for everyone else. You know, we all, I think, could see that spirit working there on the Feast of Trumpets, and what a wonderful day it is and what it pictures. And so I hope you too had a very special Feast of Trumpets, and that you'll have a very special Sabbath. And of course, as we look forward to the Day of Atonement again, and the Feast of Tabernacles, of course, that being the highlight of the year for us as we gather together for so many days to spend that much time together. It's such a blessing. 1 John 4 and verse 12 says, if we love one another, the end of the verse here, if we love one another, God abides in us, and His love has been perfected in us. Again, we hear with that word, the word association, perfection and love. You know, and again, if we love one another, God abides in us. You could just sense yesterday at the Feast of Trumpets that you know, God's love was certainly reflected there in so many different ways at the Feast of Trumpets. And so again, I was so struck. I wanted to center all my thoughts in this video around that, and just thank you all so much for making it such a special time. In John chapter 13, we'll close this Sabbath greetings off here just after we read John 13 and verse 35. Again, you all know what this says probably by now. John 13:35. By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. And of course, it's good for us to keep that in mind as we do have the Day of Atonement that we're going to be keeping. And some of us, I know there are many in the area who plan on going out for a meal after the Day of Atonement when it's time to eat again. And we have an opportunity to reflect that love to the world. You know, by this all will know that you're my disciples if you have love for one another. And throughout the feast, let's keep that in mind as well. And really pray about that we're going to have that reflection of love on the people there at the feast, wherever we're going and whatever we're doing. It doesn't make any difference if it's towards one another or towards the world. It's all the same. You know, that's how this world is going to know who we are. If we have love for one another, if we reflect that love in everything we do, everywhere we go. And as I like to say so often, and those of you who will be coming to the Feast in the Dells, you'll hear it probably more than once at the feast, that is the kingdom way. We are here to reflect the kingdom way of life. And that's what that means when we reflect the love of God, the love of Jesus Christ with one another. And that reflection, the world can see that in us. And it's just a wonderful, magnificent truth that we've been given. And it allows us to have God abiding in us and making that kind of impact on the world. So I hope you'll reflect on these things as we ramp up here and finish up all of our planning, not just for the Sabbath day, but for the upcoming Day of Atonement, and then right on its heels, the Feast of Tabernacles and Last Great Day. I hope you all have a fantastic Sabbath, wonderful fellowship, protection from God and His holy angels. We love you all very much. We look forward to seeing all of you in the Dells for the Sabbath. And wherever you're going to be, I hope you make it a tremendous Sabbath, a profitable Sabbath. We love you all very, very much. Take care.